Coming up right now, a tornado strikes a Missouri venue during a wedding rehearsal. We'll tell you about how it turned out for the bride and groom.
Also coming up, like straight out of a mob movie, Sal the shoemaker pleads guilty. Find out what he fessed up in a New York courtroom.
And later, it's the toughest reservation to get in New York City and why it comes with a big price tag and a lot of shade.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Matt Doolittle in for Mitch English, who unfortunately, he's got to get that toe thing taken care of. So he's getting that handled. I'm sitting in the seat for him for just a little while.
It's amazing how many ailments Mitch has
You
while
know
he's
what?
out and you fill in for him.
He lets them build up over the year and then takes some time and just gets them all taken care of over a month. So
yeah.
he's getting it all handled, though. Comes back and be a new man.
Legendary stunt woman Jeannie Epper, age 83. She used to do a lot of stunts on television shows, including Wonder Woman and a number of Spielberg movies, has passed away at the age of 83.
Wow.
She came from a stunt performer family.
Yeah.
Her father, her grandfather, her kids, you name it. You and I had a chance to see The Fall Guy recently. And you forget how important and how instrumental those performers are in every movie. And the fact that there is not an Oscar category for stunt performers blows my mind.
I know that they've pushed for it. I have a friend, Chris Naylor. He's actually on a stunt team that works with The Rock. And right now he's actually working on the new Naked Gun film. And they beat themselves up. He's always got his knee in a brace, or he'll show me some of his choreography stuff that he does. And it's absolutely insane. You've got to be a little bit of crazy on top of a martial artist, on top of a car driver. Like I think they are trying to work that into the Oscars, but it's definitely something that we shouldn't look over.
There should be a stunt coordinator category and then a stunt performer category for both men and women, because what they do is just incredible.
And look at these guys that do it for the Marvel films, or I know the guy that's plays the main hero in The Boys, whatever the Captain America type guy. He was saying he did his own stunts once, and he goes, never again. He goes, I don't want to be in that harness for 2 hours hanging over a building. He's like, I give part of my check to the stunt guys now.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, The Fall Guy, Ryan Gosling,
good.
it's so good. And make sure you stay through the whole credits, because there's a lot of really great stuff at the end of the movie as they roll the credits. A Missouri tornado almost delayed a couple's wedding when an EF1 twister ripped the roof off their chosen venue just outside of St. Louis. The twister hit during their rehearsal with about 20 people inside. A portion of the roof came off and one of the back doors actually blew away. Thankfully, no one was hurt. However, the building was no longer safe and the wedding was just 48 hours away. A new venue was secured at the last minute and the ceremony went off without a hitch. Photos show the couple embracing their situation with a few portraits taken near the damaged structure.
Did they get the deposit back? That's what I'd want to know. Like, hey, the venue's not here. I need that $5,000 back.
But yeah, is there like a weather insurance policy that you take out, Matt,
it's like that literally is the act of God statement on this paperwork.
Don't they say it's good luck if it rains on your wedding day?
Yeah, if you have a tornado blow through there, you must be, you're the luckiest couple on earth.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, mine was a sunny day.
Yeah,
darn.
It was perfect.
Oh,
wow.
No. Well, a Long Island cobbler known as Sal the shoemaker has admitted running an illegal gambling ring and raising money for the mafia out of his shuttered store. Salvatore Robino pled guilty. You have to do the accent when you see that name. Pled guilty in federal court to a slew of charges related to illegal gambling business and using the proceeds to bolster the coffers of the notorious Genovese crime family. Genovese crime family. See, when you do it with the accent. He told a judge that they were gambling machines installed in the back of his shoe repair store. It's also where he hosted poker games 3 nights a week. 4 others involved in the massive operation pled guilty earlier this month. Rubino is expected to be sentenced and could face up to 5 years behind bars and $250,000 in fines. And come on, a guy with that name running a shoe store needs to be doing something like that in the back.
Does that surprise anyone?
No, How long did it take them to figure that out?
Yeah. Slot machines and a poker night 3 nights a week.
Sal the Shoemaker? That sounds like a Scorsese character.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah.
like you're gonna have DiCaprio playing him in a movie in a few years.
I wouldn't be surprised. The Iceman.
The ice.
Sure, like
Sal, Leonardo DiCaprio is Sal the Shoemaker.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Mob Museum in Las Vegas?
No, I've seen pictures for it every time we're there.
Next time you go to Vegas, you got to check it out.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
Mitch and I seem to mark one thing off every time we go. We went and saw our first Elvis impersonator last year. The year before, we went and saw Carrot Top.
Yeah.
So we'll do the Mafia Museum
Okay,
this time.
2 things you got to see when you go to Vegas that are the Neon Museum and the Mob Museum.
Mob Museum.
Yeah,
All right, we'll
very
make sure we
good.
do that.
The hottest reservation in New York City is all about the color. Seek Lab, a personal color analysis salon, has a wait list of more than 2,000 people. The owners opened the salon about a year ago and appointments booked up quickly. The sessions, get this, cost $245 for an 80-minute analysis. Most of their clients are women in their 20s and 30s who come for private appointments or in groups for birthdays and bachelorette parties. Appointments begin with an intake interview about what colors a client typically wears. Next, large fabric swatches in dozens of colors are draped over their shoulders to determine what shades are most flattering against their skin tone and features. If a person has dyed hair, it's covered up for the draping to ensure an accurate color analysis. Now, we did something like this back in high school, but it was called, you find out what season you are. Are you a spring, summer, winter, or fall? And it didn't cost a dime, by the way.
Isn't that just called going to the dressing room at the Macy's, like, and putting on different clothes? I don't need spend $250 for them to tell me blue looks good on me.
I mean, don't you find like you're attracted to certain colors? You know what colors look good on you, right?
I'm more of a blue or black. Like, I know reds don't look great on me. I know, like, more like even this, like, kind of pastels and stuff aren't my dig. Like, all my wife tells me all the time, can you buy something besides gray shorts and a black polo? Because that is all I wear. I'm like, well, I do wear jeans every once in a
I don't
while.
think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I used to have a teacher that wore the same thing every day, and I thought, you know what? There's genius to
I
that.
find that, like, almost relaxing when I mean, that's
Yeah.
what they say a lot of the smartest people in the world do. Like, Steve Jobs had the typical black sweater and
Yep.
the
jeans.
same exact thing. I think Zuckerberg's notorious for that too, where it's basically the same T-shirt and
Yep.
shorts is what he wears.
Well, the school uniform thing is a perfect example of that too, because it sort of takes the edge off of the competition when it comes to school, but it also makes it easier when you get dressed up.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I love working at those places where they're like, it's jeans and T-shirt Friday, and everybody pulls out their cool stuff for the one day. I'd always be like, I don't care.
Casual Friday.
Casual Friday, everybody, but no shorts.
Oh,
The
goodness.
California Highway Patrol shared a photo of a dummy passenger that earned several citations for a solo driver trying to take advantage of the carpool lanes. This has been happening for years.
Yeah.
The CHP said on Instagram that an officer pulled a vehicle over for crossing solid double lines in the HOV lanes and soon discovered something unusual about the passenger.
Oh.
The goatee, like the rest of the passenger, was made out of plastic. The driver was issued a ticket for multiple carpool violations. Each carpool citation cost $490. I mean, they do that out there all the time.
All the time.
They've got inflatable ones too. I've seen them for sale online. I mean,
I'll give A for effort because that was a pretty good one.
if he hadn't gotten pulled over, no one would have noticed.
Nobody.
It looked looked a little orange though.
Little
Yeah,
odd.
it looked like the dummy had been in the tanning bed a little too long.
He looked like one of those dummies they have at the taekwondo places,
Yes,
you know, where you like,
punch it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You know, I don't get the HOV lanes in California. I've lived there for many, many years from there. To me, the express lanes where you at least pay the toll makes more sense because I'll pay to drive the express lanes on I-4.
Oh yeah,
it's okay.
They opened those things here, and it made life so much. It took my wife's drive to work because she works out in Lake Mary, which is a suburb outside of Orlando. It used to take her like an hour and a half to get downtown. Now she's there and back in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. It's great. Two of North Carolina's most popular animal attractions, Zootastic and Aloha Safari Park, are up for grabs. It's a rare opportunity for investors to enter the wildlife tourism industry. Zootastic, dubbed the largest privately owned and operated zoo in the state, is being offered for $16 million. Meanwhile, Aloha Safari Park, known for its hands-on experience, is being offered for approximately $4.5 million. Well, that's a bargain, really. You think about it. The $16 million deal for Zootastic includes the property, business operations, inventory, and of course the beloved animal residence. Prospective buyers must demonstrate their qualifications and their ability to handle exotic animals within federal guidelines. These unique sales present a rare chance to own a piece of North Carolina's wildlife heritage. I don't don't know if I'd want the responsibility.
It didn't work out for Matt Damon.
It
That was a bad that was a bad investment when he bought his zoo. That was a bad time. I just don't want to turn it. It's one of these crazies. I mean, we saw it with Tiger King. It takes a certain personality to buy a smaller zoo. Now we've got like the good ones, like obviously Disney has their Animal Kingdom type thing, or we've got the great Orlando Zoo, Sanford Orlando Zoo here. But when you see these ones that are out in the middle of nowhere and it just looks like a sad run, like that tiger doesn't belong in the middle of North Carolina.
Oh, I know, right?
I mean, when you get companies like Disney, when they build them out, they actually, if you know anything about Animal Kingdom here, they like dig the ground certain ways. They have these animals with those animals. They protect them. Seeing a cat behind a cage is just not entertaining to me. But I think somebody's going to buy these up.
I suppose when you look at it, though, it's a rescue kind of operation, right?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Fabian Marcano from Daily Flash Latino joins us now for our relationship refresh.
Hi guys. Pleasure to be here. Guys, I have a real big question.
Okay.
How would you feel if your partner was doing OnlyFans? But here's the catch. They're making 6 figures.
Okay, now, and I know about it, or I found out about it.
Let's say you found out about it.
Oh.
Let's say you found out about it. Here's an example, right? There's an aerospace engineer that was making 6 figures already with his career. But on the side, on a lunch break, he was doing his OnlyFans gig. And on the part-time gig, I guess with the time he had, it was adding up to a lot of money, and he got fired right at that lunch break when he came back from work. So, I mean, it also continues into, I guess, the workplace. Is it a financial decision? Is it cool if it's a financial decision? Right?
I think I would hope, number one, that any kind of relationship, if you're a couple or whatever, you would know that, hey, you're doing this OnlyFans thing. Because then I'd be like, what else are you doing that I don't know about? And that sort of thing. And there had to be some kind of conversation prior to that for them to do that. And third, there has to be somebody behind the camera.
Well, not necessarily.
Wait, there could be some, you could maybe put the phone somewhere, I guess.
Maybe there's a selfie stick or
Right.
a ring light and a remote.
The catch is they are making loads of money in this process. So, I mean, I guess would the financial part of it, I guess, make it easier for you?
It seems like it has been for a number of people who've been caught up in these OnlyFans controversies where, look, the guy should not be doing it on his lunch break. I'm sorry, but you're at work. If you want to do it after work, then, that's kind of your thing.
Keep your part-time gigs to the part-time, right?
Exactly. But I think, a lot of these people, once they start making this kind of money, they think, oh gosh, this is great. It's a cash cow, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a trust factor, like not just with your business and your employer. If you're doing that on your lunch break, how can they trust you to actually complete your tasks?
Wow.
And the girlfriend or the boyfriend of whoever's doing it, same thing. It's a trust factor, especially if they don't know about it.
Yeah.
Sounds like priorities. If I was an employer, I would say, well, what is your priority right now? Apparently, the argument could be, well, it's my lunch break. I can do whatever I want. But also, too, you're also representing my company. So what is your priority?
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
It actually makes me think a little bit about it because I feel like the companies might actually take more of a precaution with you doing OnlyFans than a person that's just regularly, just working for their career.
I agree.
Another story I have is actually, it kind of correlates. How would you feel about a partner having a close relationship or a friendship with someone of the opposite gender, and they hang out one-on-one?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
This is a
I've
thing.
been through this. It's not good.
It's not good.
And when I was younger, it drove me nuts.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty young, right? And I feel kind of jealous about that stuff. It gets me riled up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how you guys feel.
I think having more relationships and maturing through those relationships, you sort of like, I don't really care.
You get to that point. I think if you were going to that other person of the opposite sex and you're giving very intimate details or issues, you shouldn't be doing that with the person that you're supposed to be with. On the same token, you kind of wonder, well, if I can't go to that person because that's the person I'm having an issue with, and if you are directing all of it to your friend or whatever, obviously something's missing out. So there needs to be some kind of communication there.
Mother's Day is the perfect opportunity to celebrate all the incredible and strong mothers in your life. Here's lifestyle expert Joanne Butler with some special buys she's sure to love.
Oh, hi. Thanks for having me. Well, let's start with the gift of some great hair. I love Pantene, and these are their luxury wash duos. They have this beautiful collection that makes a great Mother's Day gift, and you can get them right at BJ's Wholesale. It's their Miracle Moisture Boost shampoo and conditioner. It's made with pro vitamin B5, antioxidants, and special rose water that's derived from the petals and buds of the Rosa gallica plant and creates this rich rosewater lather. So it's super hydrating on parched locks, tames frizz, and just leaves it really soft and smooth, even dry, rough hair. Plus, it smells delicious. So it just transforms not only your hair, but your entire shower experience into some mini self care time. This duo gives you strong, healthy, clean hair repair without the $60 price tag, too. So definitely cheaper than a spa day. Again, right at your local BJ's. Now, to keep that spa-like experience going, these are Tree Hut's moisturizing body lotions right here. I am obsessed with Tree Hut. Talk about smelling amazing. These just take you right on a tropical vacation. They come in the scents Moroccan rose, cocoa colada, watermelon, and pink hibiscus, and they are amazing on your skin. They're packed with shea butter, ceramide, squalane, and a fruit oil blend, so super nourishing. It just melts right into your skin, and it's actually made to reinforce the skin barrier and last a super long time. Plus, it makes your skin radiant and glowing. Mama love these. Right at Target for $8.99. Now, in addition to these things that help mom feel relaxed and rejuvenated, the restaurant Walk On Sports Bistro is doing something really cool to honor mom, the family coach, calling a time out for them because they know just as it's vital for athletes to get a recovery day, they know moms need one too. So actually 58% of moms report they want some alone time this Mother's Day. 62% say they get less than an hour to themselves each day. So the brand is encouraging a restorative break. And to make the day even sweeter, all moms will get a free dessert on Mother's Day, whether they dine in with the fam or take it back home to enjoy at home. Look at these: warm cookie sundae, donut bread pudding made with Krispy Kreme donuts, or beignet bites. So yum, yum, yum. And moms will also get a gift card for a future date night without the kids because we all know parenting's a team sport, right? It's just a super cute idea, fun place, great food, free sweet treats. Who doesn't love that? Win, win, win all around. And you can check out to see if there's a walk-on restaurant near you. Just head to walkons.com.
What is KSA Entertainment? It's trending news, entertainment, lifestyle. KSA Entertainment. Culture. It's love. It's food. It's family. KSA. It's life. It's shopping. It's empowerment. KSA Entertainment. It's fitness. It's travel. KSA. It's fun. It's engaging. It's Daily Flash. Daily Flash Latino. Life, love, shopping. This is KSA Entertainment.
In this week's Boss Lady, we turn our attention to the women of NASA. Artemis, the twin sister of Apollo and goddess of the moon, is not only their latest mission to the moon program, it's also the perfect symbol for a new crew of women on the next great space mission.
When I was a little girl, I wanted to be an astronaut,
a scientist,
a doctor, a fighter pilot.
When I was a little girl, I wanted to grow up to be strong and independent.
When we were asked to draw a picture of what we wanted to be when we grew up, I drew an astronaut standing on the surface of the moon.
All I thought about was when I was going to get to NASA.
It's a huge honor to be NASA's first female launch director. To be the launch director for Artemis. NASA has so many wonderful women pioneers, so many heroes to me.
Some of the most amazing women in my eyes are people like Katherine Johnson and the other women that you've seen in Hidden Figures.
Sometimes it's difficult to believe that I'm on this side now wearing this blue flight suit with all of the other astronauts, representing this iconic image that had so inspired and excited me my entire life.
Being of South Asian heritage, Kaplan was just such a big thing for me growing up.
I've always looked up to Sally Ride and Mae Jemison, who really laid the foundation to allow people like me to be in the position that I am now.
All of these women were pushing those boundaries and breaking those glass ceilings.
Now, of course, there are some fantastic women in leadership positions that inspire me every day.
So much has changed since the Apollo program. During the Apollo 11 launch, we had one woman, one out of 400 engineers in the room. And I look at our team today, it's much more a reflection of the world that we live in.
A big piece of why it's so important to have women and diverse backgrounds, because it allows us to bring everybody along with us on this journey.
It doesn't really matter what you look like. If you've got the brains and you have the knowledge, we need you at the table.
We are at such an exciting time in human spaceflight right now, and Artemis is such a huge part of that.
We haven't been to the moon in many, many years. We have a lot of younger generation folks that have never seen that happen.
We will understand so much more about the moon, about the Earth, about our solar system.
We're going to stay. And to me, that's an amazing idea. The moon is going to be the blueprint for how we go to Mars and out into the solar system and maybe beyond.
It is incredibly exciting to be part of this Artemis team. It still feels pretty surreal to think that I might one day walk on the moon.
To see a woman and a person of color on the surface of the moon, to be able to say that space is for everyone and that we go to space to make life better here on Earth for everyone. I know that tears will be in my eyes.
My message to women and girls out there is to find your passion, whatever that is.
Don't let anyone tell you what you can do or can't do. Only you can realize your dreams.
Space is for everyone. And if me being in this role helps to send that message, I think that's a great thing.
And I just actually love that I don't feel like a woman at NASA. I just feel like a person at NASA.
The women of NASA are Artemis, and we make a difference every day.
I am NASA's Spacewalk Office Hardware Manager.
I'm the Program Scientist for Space Biology.
I'm the Director of NASA's Johnson Space Center.
I am Artemis.
I am Artemis.
私はアルテミスです。Yo soy Artemis.
Us somos Artemis.
Ana.
Je suis.
Ich bin Artemis.
I am Artemis.
I am Artemis.
Expect to see the first woman walk the surface of the moon thanks to the Artemis mission. And did you know Pearl Young was the first woman hired as a physicist? Back in 1922, she worked for the National Advisory Committee of Aeronautics, which would later become NASA. And today there are many women in leadership at NASA. As you just met Charlie Blackwell Thompson. She's the launch director.
Love that. You know, there are 60 years from when we took flight in an airplane to get up to the moon. But think about, like, why is it like, where haven't we had a launch director that was a woman by now? You know, the time-wise that has happened since 1969 and that sort of thing. And, you know, how, and now all these great movies are coming out about how women played a huge part that were basically in the crux of the history, so that you never hear about.
Hidden Figures was such an incredible movie, and you know, showing you the history and of course the dynamics of the time too, with race relations really kind of changing. And you know, if there's truth to that movie and the Kevin Costner character, I think he did a lot to change things.
If we have that, you know, and again, it's all about unity, and this is an organization that has to work together no matter what, and you know, just seeing beyond race, color, as well as maybe even gender, we can do so many great things. So it's great to see stuff like this.
It still boggles my mind that we can actually see pictures from space. We can get, you know, video transmissions. I am still blown away by that ability to do that from another planet or the moon.
I did an interview one time with an astronaut on International Space Station, and it's still like that same feeling you have. It was like, wow, I talked to somebody in outer space. It's really, really cool.
All right, much more to come here on Daily Flash. Stay with us. To the moon!
To the moon, Alice!
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Matt Doolittle in for Mitch English, who's finally getting his ayahuasca treatment at that tent in Iowa. So, good Lord, we don't know what he's going to come back like, but I'm glad he finally went on his spiritual journey.
Me too. Goodness gracious. It's about time.
Yep. So, Did you catch the Formula One race last week in Miami?
I did not. I saw all of the build-up getting ready, and I caught a little bit of the intro, but I didn't watch the race.
It was a big spectacle. It's
Yeah.
a huge deal. They run it down in Miami. For those of you who don't know, Formula One is the premier racing of the world. These are the best drivers. Also, the tickets for those things start at like $400 just to stand up in the stand. It's insane. But some people are upset because of the prices got out for some of the food there.
Okay.
Now, check this out. A Maine lobster roll. How much do you think it was?
$25?
$280. Yellowfin poke, $170. The steamed buns. There you go. That's for you, Jimmy. It's $120. And the crispy wing board, classic lemon pepper and Thai chili dip was $190.
For dip?
For the whole thing. But people were going, now we know it's expensive racing here. Like they run this in Monaco and billion-dollar yachts pull up for it. But some people were going, okay, come on, this is insane.
That's ridiculous.
When you go to the Masters, you can still get a cheese sandwich for like $2.
Bento sandwich for $2.
Yeah, but they're running these up, and I thought I'm like, where do they think they can get away with it?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because they run 2 F1 races in America. They run one in Miami and they run one in Austin. And I don't think they're going to try to charge those. Because I lived in Miami for a little bit, and things are a lot pricier, but they're not that pricey.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, even if I got a free ticket, I'd be like, I'll starve. I'm good.
Even if you had the money, would you spend $250 on a lobster roll?
That thing better be gold. I better be eating gold and diamonds come out.
Want it.
Yeah, I need a return on my investment. A Missouri tornado almost delayed a couple's wedding when an EF1 twister ripped the roof off their chosen venue just outside of St. Louis. The twister hit during their rehearsal with about 20 people inside. A portion of the roof came off and one of the back doors was blown away. Thankfully, no one was hurt. However, the building was no longer safe and the wedding was just 48 hours away. A new venue was secured at the last minute and the ceremony went off without a hitch. Photos show the couple embracing their situation with a few portraits taken near the damaged structure.
Well, at least they had a good sense of humor about taking the pictures.
Yeah, it would have been funnier if they dressed up like Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton from Twister and taken a picture in front of it. But that's scary, and we've had a lot of these outbreaks of tornadoes. I joke where Mitch is, but he's in Oklahoma over the weekend, and he was sending us pictures of some of the crazy storms going on there. So it's been a weird year for those folks.
Isn't that supposed to be good luck if you have bad weather on your wedding day?
I guess so. That's the luckiest couple. They better start popping out kids quick, because that's when luck. Go get a lotto ticket.
Exactly. Well, a Long Island cobbler known as Sal the Shoemaker has admitted running an illegal gambling ring and raising money for the mafia out of his now shuttered store. Salvatore Rubino pled guilty.
It's fun to say it like that.
In federal court it is, to a slew of charges related to the illegal gambling business and using the proceeds to bolster the coffers of the notorious Genovese crime family. He told a judge that there were gambling machines installed in the back of his shoe repair shop. It's also where he hosted poker nights, 3 nights a week. 4 others involved in the massive operation pled guilty earlier this month. Rubino is expected to be sentenced and could face up to 5 years behind bars and $250,000 in fines. It's always the shoe repair guy.
It's the last guy you would expect, yeah? Like De Niro's ready to play him. Like this is absolutely this is what should happen. This is one of those stories we don't get a lot of anymore. We're like, yeah, well that's what's supposed to happen. It's not like some old lady baking cakes and it's running a speakeasy in the back. Sal the shoemaker. Yeah, go talk to Sal over there. He'll set you up. He's got you good. Hey.
Is it any surprise that Sal the shoemaker had some stuff going on in the back room?
No, he's supposed to. I'd be disappointed if he didn't. Like, Sal, where's the gambling ring or the hooch thing in the back? No, I just run me a nice shoe store here.
That would
What's
be the
wrong
story.
with you?
That would be, yeah.
I so want to hear this guy talk. I'm hoping it is the exact, because I know a few. You were at my wedding. I know a few people that are.
People.
I know a guy.
You know a couple guys.
The ponytails and mustaches all over the place. So I mean, this guy, you got to see him coming in and out. Like that guy's got a lot of shoes he's working on in there.
Do you have a favorite mob movie?
I love Casino.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
It's just the lines in it, and even when Don Rickles just pops up here and there.
Yeah.
What about you?
Blow, Johnny Depp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good one too. Yeah.
This guy's getting his own.
We're back right after this.
May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, and as we approach peak riding season, it's also the busy summer travel season. Here's more on how we can all safely share the road.
Motorcycles have a much smaller profile than other vehicles, and they can be easily hidden in a vehicle's blind spots. So use your eyes, use your mirrors, and check 2, maybe 3 times before you're going to make a lane change or turn. So really check those blind spots. Also, use your turn signals. Even if you miss seeing a motorcyclist, they can see you and predict what you're about to do, so they can adjust their speed or their position to avoid you. And of course, don't drive distracted. So put that phone down, wait to eat your meal until later, really focus on the road and actively search for motorcyclists. For riders, we want you to be as visible as you can be, but pretend you're invisible when you're riding. So scan all around you and also make sure you search for potential hazards. Now, to help you be more visible, we recommend light or bright colored gear. It really helps you stand out. And also with gear, make sure you gear up every ride, head to toe. So with a helmet, look for that DOT sticker, Department of Transportation, so you know you are well protected. And also, I love full face helmets because it really protects all of your head and face. There's also motorcycle jackets and riding pants specifically made for riding. These are made with abrasion-resistant material, and they have armor to help protect your elbows and your knees and your other joints. There's also motorcycle gloves that have extra protection around your knuckles and the palm of your hand, and also riding shoes and boots that give you protection around your ankles. Now, there's a lot of new technology out there, including airbag vests. You can wear them outside or inside your jacket. These vests have multiple sensors and use an algorithm to detect a crash before it happens, so it will actually deploy before first impact. There's also a really cool backpack you can wear from Vada 7. These have lights on the backpack, so it helps you stay extra visible day or night. But what's really cool about this is it integrates with your motorcycle's lighting system. So let's say you want to make a left, you click your left blinker, and then your blinker goes off, and the left light will blink on your backpack as well. Now, if you want to learn how to ride, if you've never done it before, go to the Motorcycle Safety Foundation website. It's msf-usa.org. You can learn a class, take a class, get licensed, and if you actually already ride, there are classes for you as well, so you can brush up on your skills. So again, go to Motorcycle Safety Foundation website, that's msf-usa.org, and check out the Motorcycle Safety Foundation Basic Rider course for people who want to learn to ride.
With busy summer schedules on the horizon, now is the perfect time to prioritize family fun time.
I'm Julie Lofrady with tips for summer travel season. First, I love Booking.com's Genius Loyalty Program. By simply creating a free Booking.com account or logging into an existing one, Genius Level 1 status is unlocked and travelers can instantly access rewards and save. For destinations, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory bursting with Boricua spirit, full of natural wonders. I love the rich cultural experiences reflected in the island's unique art, cuisine, music, and the best part, no passports required. Check out discoverpuertorico.com. When packing, I have 3 must-haves. First, a Kindle Scribe brings your entire library of books and journals to your fingertips, and one lightweight device you can read and write glare-free, even in direct sunlight by the pool, plus a battery designed to last weeks and weeks. Now, this is a must. Echo frames are smart glasses with Alexa. Just ask Alexa to listen to music or an audible book on the beach. With open-ear audio technology, these smart glasses direct sounds to your ears and helps you keep aware of your surroundings. Traveling with valuables, you need a compact and convenient way to keep them safe. This Palermo double watch roll with a jewelry pouch and a hidden jewelry capsule from Wolf can accommodate 2 watches, contains a watch guard to keep your hidden timepieces protected, and has a hidden jewelry capsule with a storage pouch for small valuables. Check out wolf1834.com. Happy travels.
It's time to talk about the hottest do-it-yourself nail and lash trends, and for this week, go to our celebrity pros.
So thanks for having us, guys. And so what people are loving right now are beauty options that make them feel something. Everyone wants to feel anchored in themselves. So of course, no matter what, no look is complete without a full set of lashes. And you can get them too, quick, easy, no glue, effortless beauty, all by yourself at home. They're Impress Press-On Falsie, totally DIY, and they just give you high quality, no glue, DIY lashes for effortless and immediately style transformation. They're also revolutionizing the beauty industry with their innovative press-on and go technology. Just fast, salon-worthy beauty for everyone. Just a quick and easy application that lasts for 24 hours with no mess, and they're mistake-proof also. They're easy to remove too, and they don't leave sticky residue, so they won't harm your natural lashes, which is major. And unlike lash strips, these are clusters of falsies that you place underneath your natural lashes, not on top. So these are my go-to for my clients. What you want to do is take a cluster from the tray and place the cluster underneath your natural lashes using either the applicator or your fingers and just squeeze the clusters and natural lashes together. And they're $8.99 to $19.99. You can find the Impress press-on falsies at impressbeauty.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Ulta, and Target.
Press-on nails for hands and feet are the perfect summer fashion accessory and the way to get a perfect mani-pedi fast, easy, and all by yourself at home. Impress, like the lashes, require no glue. It's literally the easiest mani-pedi ever. Impress comes with pre-applied patented super hold adhesive that lasts for up to 7 days, so they're safe. There's no damage to your natural nails, no chipping, and of course, best of all, no dry time. And the matching mani-pedi sets are just $7.99 to $9.49 at impressbeauty.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Target, and Ulta.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so fun.
The success of any small business is vital to our economy. Let's check in with the head economist at the University of Chicago who's got the latest on the QuickBooks Small Business Index.
Hi, I'm Ufuk Akçiğit, economics professor at the University of Chicago here to share new findings from the Intuit QuickBooks Small Business Index. Small businesses are the majority of US businesses and are vital to the current and future health of the economy, but are often underrepresented in economic data. Specifically, smaller and newer businesses are significant engines of employment, representing 98% of all firms in the US economy and providing jobs for about 36% of the US workforce. However, new and small firms tend to be more vulnerable and susceptible to fluctuations in macroeconomic conditions, such as inflation and tightened lending. Each month, Intuit releases the QuickBooks Small Business Index, a comprehensive jobs report that focuses on the smallest of the small business employment trends. Given the challenging economic environment facing us today, it's important to understand employment trends for these important employers. How does small business employment fare under such challenging macroeconomic conditions? Unfortunately, not very well. According to the latest index numbers, which shows businesses with 1 to 9 employees employed 58,000 fewer people at the end of the first quarter of 2024 than at the end of 2023. From January to March 2024, small business employment declined by nearly 0.5%, ending the quarter with just over 13 million jobs. While larger-sized businesses are often better resourced and equipped to weather tough macroeconomic conditions, small businesses often rely on external financing, which becomes scarce or often expensive in times of financial uncertainty. In many occasions, we see that small businesses also appear to be resilient and working hard to overcome these challenges. For example, the wholesale sector showed positive quarterly employment growth. And although the western part of the country has seen a decline in small business employment, the Northeast is seeing growth, with more jobs formation during the first quarter of the year. I am Ufuk Akçiğit, economics professor at the University of Chicago. To learn more about the QuickBooks Small Business Index and Intuit QuickBooks, please visit quickbooks.intuit.com/blog.
Planning a big move? Not to worry. We've got some great ways to make it easy and stress-free. Here's Bahar Takhteshian with all the details.
Thanks for having me. Well, as you know, spring is the season of moving, and the Scotch brand wants to really support your next move. Thankfully, they've got a wonderful collection of moving and packaging tapes, and my #1 overall pick is the Scotch Heavy Duty Packaging Tape. This is built for ultimate strength, and it's guaranteed to really stay sealed. One strip will totally get the job done. Now, let's say you're looking for a more quiet option that still gives you a secure seal, then you definitely want to try their Scotch Tough Grip Packaging Tape. I find that as a parent, sometimes you're stuck packing in the middle of the night or when the kids are asleep, so this is a great solution for those parents. Now, the Scotch brand really wants to give movers a perk, and they want to thank people for trying the Scotch brand. So here's what they're doing. They're actually giving away $100 gift cards from DoorDash. This is called their Moving Munchie Money Sweepstakes, and it's awesome. Basically, you get a chance to try a new restaurant, and you get an opportunity to not cook and really settle into your new home. Super simple to enter this sweepstakes. Basically, you just take a picture of yourself using Scotch brand packaging tape in action, put it on Insta, use the hashtag Scotch Moving Sweepstakes, tag Scotch, and that's it. You can actually go to scotchbrand.com for rules and moving tips. Now, this is the season where lots of ants and other critters will be in your home. So get rid of those pests as fast as you can. Thankfully, Combat is the leader in ant and roach control and has been for more than 25 years. They've got a brand new 2-in-1 ant bait system. It's a complete system, and it's formulated with a really powerful active ingredient. So this is going to attract both sugar and grease-loving ants, and it is effective against 11 types of ants. It's going to kill the ants that you see as well as the ants that you don't. And I love that there's no vapor, fumes, or odor. Simple to use and really safe for both indoor and outdoor use. You can find this product at Target, Amazon, and Home Depot.
Cystic fibrosis, or CF, is a rare genetic disease that currently affects about 40,000 people in the United States. And May is CF Awareness Month. We're joined now by the board chair, Casey White.
Cystic fibrosis is a rare progressive genetic disease that primarily affects the lungs and the pancreas. About 40,000 people in the United States live with cystic fibrosis, and it can affect all races and ethnicities. As of today, there's no cure for CF, but we're making incredible progress towards extending the lives of people with CF. When I was diagnosed with CF in the early 80s, the life expectancy was about 15 years old. It hasn't been easy. There's been multiple hospitalizations, IV antibiotics, clinical trials, but because of advances in research, I am a mom and a wife and a high school lacrosse coach, and the opportunity to serve as the board chair for the CF Foundation truly feels like a dream come true. There's never been a better time to get involved with the CF Foundation, but we need your help. And the best way to do that is to connect with your local chapter. You can go to cff.org/CF month, where you'll learn more about your chapter and the events that they put on throughout the year.
Sports reporter Erin Andrews knows the importance of finding balance on the sidelines and keeping up with life's messes. Today, Erin joins us with her approach on keeping her busy life and family clean and organized for whatever comes her way. Hi, Erin.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. It's going great being a first-time mom. We're getting ready to have his first birthday coming up in a couple months, and we can't believe, like everybody says, oh my gosh, where did the time go? It went so fast. But it's been wild. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about my partner. We've learned a lot about having to prioritize. I kind of thought when I was gonna have a baby, it was like, oh, I'll have a baby and still have, do my job the same way and all of that. And now it's trying to figure out the balance with all the things. That is why this partnership with Arm & Hammer is a no-brainer for me. Lots of messes in my house. Arm & Hammer, they have a new laundry detergent. It's called Deep Clean Detergent. It comes in a liquid form. It comes in a power pack form. Depends on your mood, how you want to use it. But the good news, it's their most powerful formula yet. It's affordable, which is huge for everyone, and it tackles two issues. Ready? Odors and stains, huge in my life with a baby. You've got your avocados, you've got your strawberries, you've got your blueberries, you've got your spaghetti sauce that is staining things, and also smelling fresh. And that's huge for me. When I'm mixing my workout clothes with my husband's workout clothes, I want them to actually smell good when I pull them out of the washing machine. And that's what our Deep Clean Detergent does for you. They have this pH power technology that actually gets in between the fibers, cleans you up, you look good, you smell great. Well, I'm excited about a couple more months until the grind begins. Obviously, working with Arm & Hammer has been amazing, talking a lot about my female team apparel line wear, our podcast, Calm Down with Erin and Carissa, but we're excited about a really fun year we have ahead. Tom Brady is joining us. We have our Super Bowl this year along with Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Rinaldi. And before we know it, we're going to wake up and be like, holy cow, it's week 1.
Thanks for all that, Erin. And hey, for some fun stuff, you should go to our website, dailyflashshow.com. We've got all of our episodes on there. And then if you head over to the YouTubes, we've got some behind-the-scenes stuff. I like calling it the YouTube.
The YouTubes.
It's like Mitch with the McDonald's. It gets stuck in your head. Head over there. We got some stuff. We're doing some reaction videos, reaction to trailers, some theme park news, because it's all my nerd stuff that they let me have on there. So.
Yeah, we love your nerd stuff, Matt. It's good stuff.
Yeah, my wife's getting annoyed by it already.
It's okay. That's why you're married. That does it for us. Be good, everybody.